All right, we're here to review the top 10. The 10 things that'll get your truck to 300,000 miles. So let's get right into it. Number one, and number one is by far the most important thing to fully understand because there's 100,000 different top 10s. And exactly one of them is yours. I wish it was as simple as do these 10 things, get 300,000 miles. It'd make a real easy video. But that's not the life we actually live, now is it? Because your F-150 and your buddy Silverado do not get there the same way. A Toyota Tacoma sure as hell does not age like a Honda Ridgeline. A truck running highway mileage for a company is living a completely different life than one crawling through city stop and go all day. Or one that only comes out twice a summer to drag a camper. Every one of these trucks is a different breed, living a different life, and every one of them has its own road to 300,000 miles. So no, I can't hand you a checklist. What I can do is show you the kind of man who finds his road and protects his investment, because that part's the same for every single truck ever built, and it's got a lot more to do with the thought process than the type of oil filter. Let me tell you about 300,000 mile guy. He's changing his oil on a Saturday and he notices he's down a quart almost. Now, most guys will top it off, wipe their hands, done. Truck's full, on to the next honeydew, right? Not this guy. It starts itching at him. Down a quart. Where'd it go? No puddle, no smoke. And a few weeks later, he checks again, and he's down damn near a half a quart. And now it's a problem he cannot put down. He's under there with a flashlight. He's online at night. He's going to corner a mechanic at the coffee shop in the morning. He will not rest until he knows. That man's truck typically sees 300,000 miles, if not 500, if he lets it. And here's why. It's not that he's a better mechanic than you or me. It's that he cannot leave a question alone. And that's the exact trait that lets him find his truck's own road. Because the same man who chases a missing quart is the man who figured out before he even bought it how his specific truck reacts to his specific life. Most people, they'll see a truck. They like the color. They like the payment. But they really love that body style. Married somebody they never asked a single question about. He studied it first. The forums, the videos, the groups where guys with 200,000 miles on that exact truck are talking. Because every truck's got a weak spot. Every damn one. And it's never a secret if you go looking for it. My current one is a Nissan. I know they have catalytic converter troubles. And those troubles, they'll take your engine with it if you ignore it. So I know the symptoms. I watch for it. It will not sneak up on me. He found the enemy before he even met it. That's not mechanical skill. That's a man who does homework before he commits to anything. Now here's where his road gets real, because knowing the model is only half of it. The other half is knowing how that breed reacts to how you use it. Same truck, two different lives, two completely different roads to 300,000 miles. You run highway miles all day for work. That truck lives easier in some ways. Steady heat, steady RPM, but you'll pile on miles fast and that wears out the drivetrain and the bearings. You do city stop and go in the summer heat. Whole different animal. That's hard on cooling, hard on brakes, hard on a transmission that never gets to breathe. You only drive in short trips. That truck never fully warms up. And a truck that never gets to temperature, let's say, has its own set of problems a highway truck will probably never really see. You tow a camper every weekend. Now you're working the cooling system and the drivetrain hard. And that truck needs its fluids watched like a hawk, I would say. Cold country, heat, salt, dust. Every one leaves a different fingerprint. So understand what this means. That top 10 list somebody handed you, if they're actually using their truck, really working it, their 10 are typically the 10 that are different than yours. They just can't be the same. The only guy with a clean, universal top 10 is the guy whose truck is sitting somewhere in a barn getting 150 miles put on it every couple months. That truck, well, that truck will last forever. But if yours works for a living, your list is yours alone. And figuring out what's on it, learning what your breed under your load is trying to tell you, that is the game, folks. That's the whole thing. Nobody can hand it to you. You've got to earn it on your own truck. And that's a big part of why I'm on my third identical model. So how does this guy learn his truck's road? Well, beyond typical maintenance, he listens constantly, without even trying at some point. A new squeak in the suspension over a bump. Most guys, they'll just turn the radio up or something. Him, that squeak is a question now, and we all know what he does when he gets a question. He's going to chase it to the exact corner. Left rear, a leaf spring, a bushing, a shock. Because a noise is the truck talking, and he's at least trying to speak the language. He's doing the brakes, and one pad's worn way more than the other. Same axle. He could just slap new pads on it and drive off. But why? Why is one side eating itself? That's not normal. That's a sticking caliper or a slide pin or a collapsed hose somewhere, something. So he's online tonight, and he's asking a mechanic at the coffee shop tomorrow. And he's going to know why before it turns into a brake that's completely shot on one side at the worst possible moment. That's the whole mentality in one brake job. And notice that's how he learns his truck's road. Not from a list, from paying attention to the specific thing his specific truck is doing. The guy who tops off the quart and slaps on the pads and drives away blind. His truck, it dies at 120, 150, if he's lucky at 170. And he blames the brand. The guy who asks why every single time, he's the one at 310 wondering what all the fuss is about. His truck told him its road. He was just the one listening. Now, once this guy knows his truck's road, here's what the awareness actually gets him. It keeps him ahead of the truck instead of behind it. He changes the oil before it's due, not after. Check his specs, then he beats it just by a little bit because clean oil's the whole ball game, right? He changes all the fluids, not just oil, the transmission, the coolant, the diffs, because he knows most trucks don't die at the engine. They die at the transmission, the one fluid nobody touches till it's already shuddering. He's not getting caught by the thing everybody gets caught by. He chases every leak while it's small, because a drip isn't a mess to this guy. It's information. Same as that missing quart. He respects heat, warms it up before he works it, because temperatures are what kill engines. And if his truck's road involves towing or stop and go, he knows heat is his enemy specifically. He fixes the small things while it's small, the $40 part before it becomes the $4,000 failure it causes. And he does the boring stuff, keeps the underside clean, because rust kills a lot more trucks than you can imagine. And a perfect motor in a rotten frame is just scrap with good oil pressure. Greases the joints nobody remembers are down there. $20 grease gun, 10 minutes. No glory. He does it anyway. And that's the tell. Doing the unfun, unglamorous, responsible thing on schedule when you could skip it and nobody'd be the wiser. That's not about trucks. That's just who he is. And I'd bet he's got a few other things in his life that run pretty well too. I'll just leave that one right there. So let's go back to the top of this. You came here for a list, 10 easy things, and I told you the truth instead. There is no list. There's 100,000 roads, and yours belongs to you and your truck alone. But there's one thing every single one of these 100,000 roads has in common: the man walking it, or driving it, I guess, would be in order. He studies before he buys. He learns how his breed lives under his load. He hears what you tune out. He asks why one brake pad's worn, and he won't quit till he knows why. He stays ahead of the truck instead of behind it. He does the boring things when nobody's looking. And like magic, his truck sees 300,000 miles. But understand what that number actually is. The odometer, it was never measuring the truck. It was keeping score on the man, on his attention, his accountability, his refusal to put off till tomorrow what the truck's whispering at him today. 300,000 miles is just what that looks like in steel. And a man who runs his truck like that, I got a hunch he runs the rest of what he's responsible for the same damn way. The truck's just the one you can read off the dashboard. So stop hunting for the list. There isn't one. Be the man who can't leave a question alone and go find your road. The truck will follow. They always do. Now, tell me in the comments about the thing you chased down that everybody else would have just topped off and ignored. I already know you've got a story. I'm the Highwayman, and I'll see you at the next exit.